Good evening, roommates. Boy, do I have a treat for you all tonight. Come on in, come on in. This is Sunday Funday. I know y'all have seen the promos and baby, it's out there. Hey, Brown Fox. Hey, all of our roommates, all of our visitors. We are so excited about tonight. Come on in, come on in. It is a wonderful treat in store. All right, so I'm gonna start this out a little bit different than what I normally do because I am rocking this beautiful shirt of Neph and Unc. They're going to talk a little bit about this show that they have, amazing show that they're getting ready to do in their hometown. And so this shirt is everything. All right, just wanted to show y'all how they came through, and the back says, are you kidding me? And so y'all know, if y'all follow Unc and Neph, y'all know that's Unc's favorite line. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump into this thing. I'm so excited that you all are here with me tonight, sharing tonight with me, because y'all know that this can be a nerve-wracking process, right? All righty, so without further ado, guys, I am about to introduce my guest for tonight. First of all, you guys affectionately know him as Unc. But I'm gonna tell you that he is literally the wittiest person that I've ever met. He's able to make anybody laugh, and how he comes off the top of that dome, imparting so much laughter in our lives is crazy. And then we have Mr. Vivacious Laugh himself, affectionately known as Neph, but I call him nephew, okay? Neph is a quiet storm. I've spent about 48 hours with them, y'all. And I have learned a little bit more about each of them every single day. Now, y'all know for them giving y'all big laughs. And that's fine, that's perfectly fine. But tonight we're gonna get to know them a little bit more intimately, learn who they are, learn where they came from, and learn just so many wonderful things that's on the horizon for these genius men, okay? So, without further ado, roommates and all other Unc and Neph supporters, I would like to introduce my guests for tonight, my house guests for tonight, Unc and Neph. Come on in, come on in. I feel like I need some do-do-do. Look at y'all, look at me. Hey, yes I will.
Let me hold something.
Thank you. Give me a hug. Show the man how to hug. Show the man how to hug professionally. Lord, today. Okay.
I know you can get it.
Okay.
That's all pants. Is
this all
puffing there? I'm just saying. Just trying to figure it out.
I knew you was going to hit up on my outfit. But it's cute. It's different.
Don't worry about it. I'm sitting there. I can't wait to breathe. I'm telling you, I'll loosen this up. My whole body said. Oh, man.
You're free.
Grateful to be here. Seriously.
Wonderful. Okay, well, we're going to take a seat. We're going to take a seat because one thing for certain, two things for sure.
You fine as hell, and I definitely want to go out some more.
Well, y'all already know it's going to be a litty, funny sit down with this duo here. I mean, I've never laughed so much in my life the way that I have over the last 2 days. So, and I have them to thank for this, okay?
Listen, you've been a blast too.
Thank you.
Yeah, you've been a blast.
I appreciate that.
Really?
So I am going to just start us out with a Bible verse, which is something that we do here on Rumor Has It every single week. Don't want to bore, you know, all of the people that want the gut busting laughs, because y'all won't do that. Y'all won't do that, because when you laugh, your laugh is so contagious, sir. You make people laugh, and I happen to go through some of the comments every now and again, especially when we, you know, did the skit. And honey, people talked about she tickled, but even if she wasn't tickled, listening to your laugh will make someone laugh.
Absolutely.
So it is a blessing. First, let's I'm gonna jump into this Bible verse, and then we're gonna get started, okay? We definitely gonna get started. How y'all feeling? How's Chicago treating y'all?
Amazing.
You like the city?
I loved it.
Oh, boy.
Oh boy. This guy here.
Absolutely.
This guy here. All I can do is skin and grin and laugh.
I'm just saying, shit. Absolutely.
It's been a great time.
Oh, it's been amazing.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to jump in real quick, guys, with our Bible verse of the day. So it comes to us from Matthew 11:28, and it tells us, rejoice, sit down, and prop your feet up, because God has promised that he will deal with your enemies and make them your footstool. And people have heard the saying about, you know, God will make your enemies your footstool, but I'll tell you guys this. We have had all types of talks and discussions since you all have been here. And we've talked a lot about the blessings that is being bestowed upon us.
Absolutely.
So I wanna start from the very beginning with you guys. How is it that you all got your start in who you are today? Like, what did the beginning of that look like for y'all?
As far as social media?
As far as social media and becoming, like, people know you guys from all over the world. I've seen people say, I'm over here busting up, laughing my ass off from the Philippines. Right? So people are watching you both from all over the world, literally because of who y'all are, who your personality is, how you make everybody laugh, and all of that good stuff. How did it turn from you guys just basically being yourselves to figuring out that this was something that you guys can do and will take off the way that you guys did? What did that look like from the beginning?
So at first I started, like me, I'm gonna just start with me. First, I was doing funny statuses on Facebook.
Okay.
And they was going viral or whatever. So in the process of it, I'm hanging out with my uncle every day. So me being me, I'm a thinker. So I'm like, I gotta put my face to this. I gotta give them my face too. I can't just give them words.
Keep giving them the words every day.
I mean? Yeah. So,
Yeah.
So my uncle, just me being around my uncle. One day I just decided to, because he's been like this my whole life.
Okay.
So one day I just decided to record him, and then I started throwing it on Snapchat. So,
Okay.
you know, Snapchat is more like intimate. It's only inboxes. So
Oh, it's DM.
yeah, it's DMs.
Okay.
Like,
Okay.
So everybody telling me like, yo, this dude, he funny, man. You gotta start posting him. Y'all gonna blow you, you know. So I'm like, all right. So I start posting them on Facebook. So it's doing all right. We only getting 300-400 views, but we have.
But y'all happy because y'all just getting started, right?
We was excited. That was 300 women that I knew I had a shot at. That's all I'm saying. And that's how I looked at it. I didn't care. I was there, man. I got a fan base. You know what I mean? That's a fact. 300 views. Yeah. We was real excited.
300 views is
I used to tell her, yo, this girl in my inbox, man. I mean, that's exciting.
Absolutely.
Getting all this attention, but it was fun. That's
Right, and you guys were just, so at the 300 views, is this like at the very beginning of who you guys are building to become?
Exactly.
How long ago was this?
This was probably like 3 years ago, maybe.
Dang, shoot.
Yeah, so this was like 3 years ago.
I'm saying that's not long at all to be where you all are. I don't believe it's long, but
it kind of happened overnight. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, sometimes it's like it took a little minute, but it's like we here now.
Right.
All the work that we put in, all the countless hours of creating content.
Yes.
Now it's like, all right, now everything.
You know what? Everything was
Effortlessly.
easy. Because our relationship was already built since he was a child.
Yes.
So people think, nah, me and him just started hanging out.
Right.
Nah, it didn't happen like that. I mean, I literally watched every step that he took along his
Absolutely.
life. You know.
And so, go ahead.
And even before he knew what relationship was,
Right.
I was already building my relationship with him.
Got it.
I'll go get him.
Okay.
Him and his brother, and
Okay.
some more of my nephews. I'll go get them.
Okay.
They'll come stay with me. I love basketball. I couldn't play no more.
Okay.
But I had nephews who could.
Right.
So why not give them something to do? And I could talk shit and brag and all that shit at the same time, like I'm still playing. They my nephews, you know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So they was giving me life too.
Absolutely.
At a time they didn't even know the life they were given.
Yeah.
I was having a ball.
Exactly.
I was having a ball. So
Wow.
it was already, my step was already ordered in
That's
line
it.
for something great to happen.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. So I know the answer to the next question that I'm going to ask, but many of my even personal family members and friends have asked since they know you guys were coming, and then I've seen people ask y'all this in comments too. What is you all's relationship? Are you guys, quote unquote, you know what black folks gotta say, are y'all real uncle and nephew? What is the, you know, people, the roommates want to know that, and I'm sure some of y'all people have asked that.
I ain't watching back with Drew and not being his real uncle.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? We the real deal. That's my youngest sister, my baby sister,
Your baby sister.
oldest son. So you know, there was already a bond for my youngest sister, me and her. You know, those were my girls. Those were my sisters.
Your sister.
They ain't get no better than the sisters I have. So I always had a relationship with all my sisters. All of them, more than I had with my brothers. I had with my sisters. So it was easy. Like I said, our steps were ordered.
That's it.
We didn't know where they were going to be ordered to.
Right.
But here we are. So it's easy. It's just, it wasn't like he had to force me to spend time.
That's it.
Or I had to force. It was just easy. Yo, what you doing? Nothing. All right. And that's how we felt. And here we are.
I mean, like, to Neph's point, it sounds like, it happened as far as like the doing the skits and all that stuff, and it took off for you guys relatively fast. But I have an observation. Guys, from the internet perspective, okay, he really, that is, really seems to be the bad guy. Now, he is witty and he can be bad at times. But I thought this was the smooth operator, this one here. And he is. But you know what I learned? He the instigator. This man will find and pick up on some shit, baby, and do a boom on us. And I'm telling you business, okay? Sorry about that. Because I think it's we have perception, and that's okay, y'all. I had the same one, and y'all still ain't gonna be able to know who instigated what, because he really is the big bad wolf, okay? We just gotta call a spade a spade. Wow.
Ain't got no problem about telling some shit.
Well, you know what? It's not telling it. It's us putting it out there. That this is my observation, and I'm sure other people.
I told you it'd be him. Y'all thought I'd be playing. Y'all thought I'd be playing.
I saw it. I witnessed it.
And he just make me say shit because he get on my nerves. With some dumbass shit. Y'all don't see it, but I'm glad you had a chance.
And that's all I'm saying.
Why I got this, I got a cuss all the time. They don't see that shit.
Man he's as smooth as we think he are, y'all. He is that smooth all the way around the board. But I'm putting my cherry on top is that he's a goddamn instigator. Okay, He's there. I ain't gonna tell no much more than that. But that's the truth.
And they make that shit sound so real to me. And I just see you. That motherfucker look at me and be making that shit sound so real. And I'm all into it too late.
I'm all into it too. And he lying, because he but you know, the what you guys are giving us, how you are sharing your world with us, and literally, you're gifted. You two are extremely gifted. There's no doubt about it. That's why you have the following and the bandwidth that you have. That's why you got people reaching out to you, want to have you on their platforms, on people. Okay? I'm fucking people. You know, but it's way more than me.
Listen, my girl wasn't playing, man. She got us out here ASAP.
Listen, because you know what? One of the things that we've talked about.
Before we said no,
We was already out.
already.
Businesswoman, right?
To the point. And she made sure we ain't really had to do nothing, man. All we had to do was walk. That's it. Everything else was laid out for us out here. Big shout outs to her, man. Big shout outs to her.
Man, it's been unlike. From the first moment we met. The man was heating up on me now in Chicago. We call roasting and all that. We call that getting heated up on, right? Huh?
I guess that's what you're calling.
No, I'm telling you. I'm not asking you. I'm saying in Chicago, when somebody's roasting someone, right, we be like, man, they heating up on you, right? They heating up on you. That's what y'all. This man been heating up on me.
Damn.
This is the fucking moment I met him, okay? He has told me. Let me tell you, we sat in the Bulls game last night just chopping it up, and I told him, I said, I'm so glad you didn't take it easy on me, because I needed to see and I needed to have tougher skin.
You swear you was cute.
And then it say, oh y'all, until I got to, y'all know Chicago is only gonna say so much. He kept heating up on me, I had to get him back. You know, man, look, I told him, I said, your bald head is always.
Absolutely.
I did.
And what I told you is,
I ain't no telling what the hell you said.
I think call me a naked boy. Don't call me.
And I think that is exactly what he said.
That's exactly what I told you.
But when I tell you, this man has been heating up. And not just me, like, even when he meet his fans, it's the cutest, sweetest, most genuine thing. I wanted to tell you that, John. That is such a genuine thing, because he'll be clapping your hand with appreciation and then start hitting up on you. That man did a U-turn for you.
That's the thing is, let me tell you something. The thing is, yeah, you can say hi. He gonna say hi. That's what comes with it. But understand that it's a hook that comes with it too. It's not just a hi. That's just the run-on sentence. Like.
Y'all already posted the video that I'm about to speak to. The man did a U-turn in the middle of the loop. After recognizing these men, he did a U-turn. I had went to move and proposition my car, and I come back. I'm peeping that he peeping them.
That's when we first got out.
That's when y'all first got here. Yeah. So when this man did a U-turn and was like, hey yo, that's Uncle Neph. So I get out, I start recording the shit. He yeah, how you doing? You know what I'm saying? Thank you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, hey there, how you doing? Him too. Hey there. Within 4.46, here you go. Why your ass sitting up looking like a retired beat down boxer?
That's not how I said it.
I know I didn't say it right. What did you say?
That's not what I said.
What you say?
I said, why are you sitting here looking like a losing boxer? That's what I said. He looked like he lost a lot of shit. That's all I'm saying. You're looking like a losing boxer. But I was thankful to meet him. I'm just telling you. It doesn't look like he's coming from off the ground. This shit. ropes. What? This motherfucker just came off that and seen us. He didn't even go to the ER. He came to see us.
He bounced off the rope and we was the first people we seen.
Me and you guys, I'm glad I seen you. What a feeling. If I knew I was gonna see you two guys, I'd get knocked out some more.
He died and woke up and Uncle Neph.
Ah, shit. Can't make this shit up. Can't make this up, but you're right.
But I mean, it's been plenty of that. It's been plenty of that. But the very first person almost lost their life here. The U-turn in the middle of moving traffic was so like, oh my God, it's you guys. And baby, that man told me he looked like he just got the fuck picked up off the ropes, honey. And I was standing there filming and giggling. I couldn't do it.
What it was, he wanted to talk. So let's talk about something. Let's talk about something. We're not just going to sit here and you just keep telling us, yeah, I'm here, I'm here. No, let's talk about something. How's your day? Where did you lose the fight? Shit like that. I don't mind. I'm here for you. Let's talk about something. That's all I was trying to tell you. But you ain't gonna sit here and we just talk. You know, for real. Nah, I'm just saying, but it's all about having fun with them.
Man.
See, I believe, and I, this is just the thought that comes in my spirit. When we meet people like that, they know who I am, so they want a little taste of something.
Yes.
So they can hold on to when
I
they
agree.
leave.
It was an experience.
Yeah, I'm not going to put them down or talk down to them, nothing like that. But
Right.
I'm going to say some shit, and that's it.
Yeah, yeah.
Punch me in my mouth if you want. 911, my friends. I don't know what the fuck y'all think. We not fighting at all.
There ain't no fight.
Man, I'm calling something with you. Fucking kidding. Not doing none of that. For what?
Right.
I don't have time. And I'm going to court in a new suit. So I can tell some shit. I got a record, so I can come in a new suit. So it's believable.
They seen the lives out
Yeah. That's what I got busted in.
Y'all, this one here.
Shit, I'm just saying.
But
He's a changed man now.
He a changed man.
Absolutely.
He a changed man. And so for those who don't know, people who've been following you guys for the longest or whatever, I don't think it's nobody that's in my friend group when I posted you that people didn't know, right? Like you guys are known, amongst my social media presence. But where are you guys from?
We're from Connecticut.
Connecticut.
Good.
And I remember when I learned it was from Connecticut, I said, it's black people in Connecticut? He was like, what? And of course I know it's black people everywhere, but when you hear about like Connecticut and just what we deem to be, just smaller states and seem like it might be filled with a lot of white folks or whatever, but I sure asked the question. So, what are some of the things that inspire you, Unc? Like, what inspires you that keeps you so? And I know part of it is that it's just embedded in you. I mean, there's no doubt about that. Like, the skill that you have is beyond a skill; it is a gift. But what inspires some of your comedic responses? Like, do you pick up on certain cues? And this could probably help or touch some of those people who are maybe aspiring to be comedians and stuff like that. So is it something that you gravitate towards, or what's your plan?
What? That's a great question too. But for me, I just gravitate to my own life.
Okay.
I mean, I done been through. Man, this journey has been crazy for me.
Okay.
And I mean, God has brought me through a dark place.
Yes.
To where at each step, it got brighter and brighter.
Yes.
But along the way, what I've learned is that if you're going to really celebrate life and celebrate having fun, celebrate about yourself.
Right.
I don't need to talk about somebody or a race or anybody to be funny. So I talk about me. I live in my truth. Everybody can relate to the truth.
That's it.
So if I make it funny, we winning.
We winning.
So that's what I really, really stay inspired about, living in my truth, and then bring it to some humorous points where everybody can have some fun about it. You know, because they're gonna tell anyway, so I might as well tell it first. Shit, can't nobody tell it better than you.
Can't nobody ridicule you when you go out front and you do it first.
Yeah, so that inspires me, knowing that everything I said, number one, it's organic. Number two, it's the truth.
It's organic.
And somebody,
It's organic.
somebody at some point of either my life or somebody that's out there.
That's it.
It's in their life, but it's the truth. But I bring it in such a way where you can't get mad at the truth. How the hell you gonna get mad at the truth?
But
It's
people
the truth.
do.
And that's what we falling short at.
Yeah.
Stop getting mad at the truth, because you may not like it.
Yeah.
I don't even like the truth.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I understand it to a point where it doesn't affect me. Okay, you told me the truth. All right, so what? It's my job to go ahead and move forward with that.
Yeah.
As long as we can move forward, you'll find understanding and all that stuff. And as we say, your haters and all that, we don't say haters. We just said those are people that never really messed with us anyway.
Right.
They ain't got to be hating.
Right.
Yeah.
Even though they smiled in our face and all that. We're not saying they're hating.
Right.
We're just saying those are the people that never messed with us anyway. You know? So how can you lose if you understand all that's around you?
That's
not
it.
for what you want it to be, but for
What
what it
it
is.
is.
And that's what me and him goes through. It is what it is.
It is
for
what it
real.
is.
Are you fucking kidding me? That's where that come from.
Right.
You say some dumb shit. Are you come on, that's not the way it is.
Right.
You know, let's talk about the way it is, and then we can bring it to a level that we all will enjoy.
Right.
You know, so that's what really keeps me motivated.
Okay.
Keeps me
The
inspired.
truth. And just,
Absolutely.
like you said,
I
that
can deal with
organic.
the truth.
That's it, that organic piece. Now, so I have a question for you. So, what are some of the things that you've noticed about yourself in growing in you all's professional relationship? Because at the end of the day, this is, you guys are in a space where you've made a name for yourself on social media. People are wanting to see you guys in person, right? People are interested to know how you guys, how you can bless their platforms with your presence and stuff like that. So professionally, as you guys continue to grow in this relationship outside of you being uncle and nephew, what is it that you all do to study one another to make sure that when you do come together, that chemistry makes sense, you know, every time that it needs to make sense? Because I know folks get irritated at each other and all type of shit happens, right? But what are some of the things you learn to make sure that you keep things getting stronger and all of that?
I mean, it's like, it's my uncle at the end of the day, you know what I mean? So it's like, I done been getting mad at him since I was a little kid.
Right,
The
right.
next day I'm gonna see him, he gonna come to my houses.
Right.
But I'm gonna stay mad at him.
I love that.
You know what I mean? It's just a whole different relationship. Like, if it was my friend or somebody else, then, you know, it'll probably be something totally different. But, like, it's just been like this my whole life. So it's basically just the same thing. We just keep going and just keep growing. That's the best way I can explain it.
No, I understand that, because that's almost to the point that you just made, which is it's organic, it's there, right?
Yeah.
And then men, I feel like men are a little bit different than women in the fact that I can see men have disagreements right here, right now, and get over it and get to what's next. But sometimes we get stuck in translation, especially when we want to make points. So that's a great point that you stress. How is it, like, how are you guys received back home?
Oh boy.
Oh boy. How is that? I know I just jumped on out there. But I would like to know what those dynamics are like, especially for two, you know, adult men, right? Y'all ain't no shorties, you know what I mean?
Right.
But what is it that, how does that look for y'all?
I don't know. I'll put it this way. it looks so much better being away from home than it do when you are
at home.
You know what I'm
The
saying?
love dispute.
So I think that's the best way. And we're hoping that home treats us the same way when we're traveling, that state treats us.
Yeah.
Because we're not doing anything wrong.
Right, right.
We just want to bring light. We just want to bring some excitement to our city.
That's
Don't
it.
get me wrong, people in our state show is crazy love.
Oh,
We go out anywhere we go, we taking pictures.
Right.
But
Absolutely.
But I would say like the inner, you know, the
Right.
people we closer to.
That's
You know what I'm
right.
saying? That's where you see the.
That's where you're
yeah,
weird.
that's where you see the lack at.
Yeah.
People
The
lack.
lack.
You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
You put it well.
Right. But as
People
far as
that-
the outside
right.
people that we don't know,
Oh,
from
absolutely.
Connecticut,
Yeah.
they show us wild.
Napa.
And so that makes a great point because, you know, I've talked to you guys just privately about what this process has been like for me, right? Building and growing my platform and stuff, but not really getting razzled and dazzled by the likes, but just that my message resonate with somebody, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I can agree with you. Like, it's tough sometimes with your very inner circle, and it's hurtful as well, you know, because you know you're doing something and other people are acknowledging you exactly for what your gift is. You're not trying to be boastful. You are organically utilizing the space and the grace that was granted to you, right? And so, you know, I would just challenge my roommates. I would just challenge you all supporters that, you know, this stuff may look easy and, you know, them making people laugh all the time, me always trying to motivate people. I mean, it gets crazy at times and it's not easy, right? So grant my boys some grace, you know what I mean? And show them the love that they definitely deserve because, you know, I've been fanned out about them for a couple of years by way of social media. I'm just gonna call it what it is. And so, and I don't.
That's love right there.
You know what I mean?
Now you are people.
Right. You know what I mean?
Like, you know what I mean?
And you know what? You know, kudos to you. Real. I mean, you did a hell of a job with us.
Thank you.
I didn't know what to expect. I didn't, you know, I was very optimistic.
Yes.
Of course, but kudos to you, for real. And y'all really should start following her. Y'all really should.
Thank
you.
you.
Know? I mean, you good.
Yeah.
You good. You good people. I'm telling you, it's worth being up under her, being around her.
Oh wow.
Have a conversation with her. You something special. You is, and I just know that there's gonna be something big.
Yeah.
It's gonna get bigger and bigger
This is
because
gonna
of
be huge. This
you
platform right here.
and your personality, what you are, how you do things, and the place is amazing. I'm telling you.
Amazing.
You know, I impart upon people my energy. You know, it takes a lot to always be in a space of where you're trying to be positive. That's a space that I come from because, to your point a little while ago, I've come from some dark edges. I've been in some real deep valleys, and I had to learn how to be okay in the face of adversities because we don't always have them. Now, what hurts is that betrayal and it's people that you care about and you love and all of that stuff. And so I feel y'all when y'all say that, and I know y'all are private, and so am I, so we don't name names and we don't do none of that stuff, but we do have to be true to ourselves with that truth that we were just talking about and recognize that you are the shit. What you're doing is being very impactful, and that, you know, you don't need that permission to be okay and to thrive in the lack of the support with the people that's around us. Because my growth and my development is coming from this, mostly from that second layer of support, not those that I thought would be right there with me. You know what I mean? And from people that I'm meeting. Like, I'm building a network so strong that my network ain't gonna have no choice but to catch up to it. You hear me?
Absolutely.
You hear me?
Absolutely.
And we've been talking about this shit behind the scenes, but y'all know I'm gonna do some motivational shit and we gonna do some more fun. I mean, this is a mix of all of that. But we all up here, the first thing we all said about being okay and rising above everything that's happening is the fact that God. So we land in the strongest place we need to be aligned.
Absolutely.
Sure.
We'll land in the space that make sense to nobody.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah, so.
But you know what really needs to be understood is that you can't be afraid to spend a lot of alone time.
Ooh.
You can't, because you can't, when you get to what I've learned and still learning, to where we are today, we can't allow ourselves to always be in somebody else's eyes.
Yes.
We have to learn to be in our own eyes and understand where we're going, what we're doing, and what the hell we got. And because it's not about us getting it, it's how the hell we gonna hold on to it.
That's right.
And that takes a lot of time to yourself, because we can get very boastful, being out in the media and the fans and all that. Every weekend we out there and this, that, and the other. But what he's learned, and I know I've learned as well off of him as he offered me, we don't have a problem about spending no time by ourselves.
Yeah. Yeah.
We spend
Yeah.
weeks. Sometimes I just call him to see if he's just trying to backslide. And he just going out all willy-nilly and shit. All of a sudden, his back got wet. He just won't go outside.
People don't understand that. People think we be together 24/7. We don't. We really like some to ourselves type of people.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? When we connect. It might be a week where we chill every day. You know what I mean? But it might be another week where we don't see each other that week. You know what I mean? But it's always the same love with us. That's the whole
Everything
thing.
that would make success.
Exactly.
You know,
Yep.
we get in our shit.
Oh,
That's
for
right.
sure.
He be coming at me.
Sure.
But you know what I say?
What?
I don't give a fuck. That's fucking wrong with you.
Right.
So now what?
Now what?
And he know I mean that shit.
Yeah. Now what? What's that?
You done yell, you done scream. Man, fuck you, don't call me no more.
Selling your business.
I'm just saying,
They gotta know.
They gotta know. This
They
takes work. This
They
is
probably
what I'm
think that
telling
we
you.
perfect.
Copacetic
Man, it came, man, I'm telling you, I fucked you up. And me, being me.
Like the quiet storm. Told y'all.
But me being me, when he say that, I said, nigga, that.
He did.
The first thing I'm gonna do is call your mom and father, so they'll understand when I pull his bat out and beat the shit out of you, because you're not gonna be hurting me. Now, get yourself together and take your ass home and call me later, or I'll talk to you tomorrow. Man, fuck you, I ain't talking to you, man. You don't never listen, man. I'm trying to talk to you, man. You can share those feelings later. Right now, you get a little preference. And that's the type of attitude we have. I'm just giving you an example of that.
I love
But,
that.
and
I apologize.
the thing is, like I said, you have to really be okay
Yeah.
with spending time by yourself.
Yeah.
Because people can pump you up and buff you up and make you feel like you something, and you really not.
Fact.
Not yet.
Right.
So if you
Not
spend
yet,
that
it's
time
good.
alone,
You ain't even
this-
scratch the surface yet.
if
Yeah.
you spend these times alone, when
Yeah.
you are around people such as we are around you, you'll see how genuine we really are,
Yeah.
and you'll have fun, because at the end of the day, this
Yeah.
is what we do.
No,
Everybody can't be blessed in this.
everybody cannot.
They
you know.
can't, not personally.
No.
They can't.
Mm-mm.
So when we do, this is what we do.
Yeah. So what is something that you guys have like learned from social media? Maybe even like about yourselves that you maybe had fell off. Or you just, sometimes it's hard for us to compliment ourselves to the point that we were just saying, like, you want to remain humble, you want to do all of that stuff, but like, I go in some comments, especially if it's messy, messy motherfuckers, but I ain't really been in y'all comments like that, but, after you put the skit up, I gotta see the stuff the comments out, right? Because I'm there, right? And so, it's constant, genuine compliments. So without me saying some of those that I say myself, What is something that God used in those comment sessions? Because people always try to make it be like comments are so horrible. But what's something that knocked you right back on your square and your supporters were able to do that for you?
I done said it done been some comments that I really like that had me like, okay, we really doing something.
Yeah.
Let me think. One time, I'm pretty sure Uncle remember this. Somebody was kind of suicidal, So he said that he came across our page and it just got him out of that zone. And then he said every time that he was getting them thoughts or whatever, he'll just go to our page and it's crazy because it's the same person. He hit me up about 2 weeks ago.
Damn.
So he like and I ain't speak to him since the times he was hitting me up. I ain't speak to him probably like 7-8 months.
Okay.
So he hit me up 2 weeks ago. He like, hey bro, everything good, man. Everything going great for me. Like I appreciate y'all, man. Like you don't even understand. Like I'm like, wow, yeah.
You all are impactful. I just don't want to minimize that. I'm sitting here with you today as a fan first. I know we're friends. Like we like I feel like this relationship could go on forever because you all are so genuine and y'all got good hearts and I got a good heart. I feel like it, right? And I feel like that, it's the meetings of the mind when it came to how we clicked instantly.
Right. It's the same train of thought. We ain't not trying to get over on nobody. It's all pure. Like
right.
When you're dealing with pure people, it's gonna be nothing but good energy.
That's it.
Simple.
That's true.
It's simple.
What about you, Unc?
What about me? You been thinking about me?
That's why I came straight on to you. I was getting over here to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
But wait till you got here. I was looking forward to you arriving. Glad you're here.
Can I ask you a question?
You sure could. Anything you want. Am I free?
What?
Am I free?
Let me hurry up and come in and be the security. I got this.
I already know you're going to get them from me. Am I free? Yes.
You get who? You sit it down. Back over here. Back over here.
No,
What? You made me forget my goddamn question. Why don't you stop? Why?
Is that a rule? Oh, I'm just saying. My bad. My bad. I'm just saying.
My cheeks are hurting. Y'all like sick. Oh, Lord, in such a good way. Okay, so listen, what I was saying is it was something that you needed to be reminded of yourself. You know how sometimes we lose sight of like who we are and whose we are, right? Like you said, working your way up out of that dark valley and the times that you had to spend there and where you at today. You know, on that path, baby, you walking through a bunch of stuff. And sometimes we lose pieces of ourselves. We become insecure. We lose parts of ourselves. We let people take advantage of us. And sometimes we get lost in our own self. Has it been something that your supporters, any type of comments or DMs, and not very specific, because it can be resounding. Like I hear people say all the time, oh, he's so handsome. I've seen 1,000 of them too. I'm gonna throw that on out there and stuff like that. So has it been something to remind you, oh, this motherfucker right, that's who I am?
Like he says, there's so many.
Yeah.
But I think if I had something to remember, was somebody who I actually knew, and they was like, how thankful and appreciative of where I'm at today.
Okay.
And it was a quote like, yo, you went from the streets, living in the streets with no sheets, to having gotten on your feet.
Ooh, like, oh, man, come on with the rap. Shit. From the black no street sheets on the street.
I did dress it up a little bit better than nothing. I'm just saying, I really didn't want to say the part, so I dressed it up.
But you was cold-blooded with dressing it up.
That's it. You want me to translate it?
I
can translate it.
What you just gave was a great translation. I'm just saying, whoever said it.
I can give you the true side of it. That's all I'm saying.
Well, we speaking the truth.
You know, but I'm just saying, that's what it was, and it stuck with me.
Okay.
You know, it just stuck with me. I was like, wow, that's the truth, too. Yeah. What?
Yeah.
No.
So, I seen you post something now that I would like for you to, you know, if you want to expound on it. You know, you said something today that said, you know, waking up in a, you know, small 8x8 cell or something like that, and then look at you today waking up, you know, lakefront in a whole nother city, you know, just living your life and being excited about that transition. You know, do you want to talk a little bit about, like, you know, how you've been inspired along that route and just how you feeling about yourself?
So yeah, I mean, shoot, me and my uncle kind of been through the same thing. So I did 5 years in prison. When I came home, I was trying to find my way, working regular jobs, working Dave & Buster's for 7 years. Then I had a little construction job. I was doing that for 2 years, waking up at 4 or 5 in the morning.
That's construction for you.
You know what I mean? And then just me and my uncle doing this and just staying consistent in the middle of that. So it just
it's surreal.
Yeah, it's more than surreal. It's just
okay.
Go even deeper than that. I can remember being in a level 4 facility, sweeping up cigarette butts for 25 cents a day. And that mentality told me then that as long as I stay true in working and don't worry about what type of job it is, and learn that it is a job, I had a shot.
Okay.
And that's why I don't subtract myself away from it. You don't either.
You literally go from waking up to COs telling you what to do. Every one of your movements is being told by another grown man or female telling you what to do. Hey, you do this, to waking up now and literally just doing whatever you want to do.
You want to do that. The
You know
freedom.
what I mean? So it's like
Freedom. Freedom is
a blessing
real.
for real, man.
Yeah.
It's a blessing.
Yo, man, at the end of the day, who the hell want to be sleeping next to a motherfucker farting all day? That right there alone will want you to come on out of the sand, man. I'm telling you, that's one of the most degrading ass positions you could be as a man. Who the hell want to keep going back here? I remember my mama told me once before, I used to go there quite often, and she said, you got somebody up there you dating? And that was my last bid, I'm telling you.
Mama like, what the fuck you going to jail?
God, no, you can stay up here. You know what I'm saying?
That sounds like something
I'm telling you, that's exactly what she said.
Thank somebody up there, God.
Yeah,
That many bitch you
I don't want to stay home. She said, you don't like it out here? I was like, man, what is you
that's where he
talking about?
get it from, though. A lot of people he get his
from his mom?
Yeah,
grandmother.
Man, my
Cold-blooded.
mom was the best. You know, and she'll say anything and everything. And it'd be so funny, you gotta laugh. You have to laugh. It's the truth.
It's the truth.
She used to
And
tell
it's
me all the
always
time.
the truth.
Boy, you trying to go back and see that guy? Oh, she used to say, I hope you please stay out.
Oh my God.
And I used to look at her.
I remember this. I remember I was like 11 years old. This when like Lil Bow Wow was in. You know what I mean? I had braids at the time. You remember he used to put the beads and stuff out. So I put the beads on the end of my dress. I went to my grandmother's house. That was the wrong thing.
She got your ass. What she say?
She seen me come through that door. She must have heard the click. She said, "Boy, turn around."
She said, turn around, little Mike. I turned around. He said, boy, what you trying to be? I'm like, come on. I'm like, yo, I'm young, I'm 11. I'm like, huh? She's like, man, take those out your ears. Yeah.
Come up out of it.
Mind you, my mom put those on me.
She was funny.
Yeah.
She was funny.
That is.
But she'll tell you the truth.
She was old school, real old school grandma.
Funny.
All love, bro.
Made sure all of us always been, we had to spend time. Had to. Without even asking. It was just all, my mother said, we having this.
Sound like my family.
It wasn't even a point of, I can't make it.
No, this is we having this at this day, this time, or every Sunday we eat
You on
together.
a Wednesday.
Yeah.
It don't even matter.
Just get here.
Get it.
Yeah.
And so, but that just brought us close.
It did.
Yeah,
It
brought us
did.
close. We had fun. I had large ass family. My dad was pumping. I'm telling you, he had diamonds.
9.
You know, so yeah. So and just imagine 9 of his kids and everybody got shot.
Kids, yeah.
It's a large
It's a
group of
large
people.
group of people.
But she kept it together. She was the glue.
Glue.
She was the rock.
The glue, I
Well,
said,
she was the rock.
of the family. And then, is she still here with us?
No.
Okay, so ever since she transitioned, how has the family been?
Oh boy, I only see my sisters and see them. And it's not that
I know.
they're high, it's just nowhere near.
It just ain't where it used to
Everybody
be.
took off, living here, living there.
Yeah.
You know, communication got far and few, but
I remember all of our kids. I bet you knew every last one of your first cousins, second cousins, and your third
Absolutely.
cousins. Now our children don't know each other because, to your point, we branch it out to these different communities.
That's
I feel
so
the
true.
same way about my
That's so
grandmother.
true.
I come from a large family. My grandmother had 11 children. And so, and when she passed away, I never forget this because I did the obituary, she had 47 grandchildren. And so we would be at my grandmother's house every weekend. I'm talking about every couch, every piece of floor, every bed, every piece of floor was filled with her grandchildren.
Right.
And we grew up knowing each other. And now, child, my kid, y'all met Phoenix, my kid be like, who is that again?
right.
Because it's the separation. After grandma passed away, it's just like, to your point, they were literally, and all of us had a special relationship with the grandmother and the mother, right? And so we were drawn to be around, and they were very adamant about, y'all my family, I don't know how much longer I'm gonna be here. And that's why we need the Medias, because even after grandma and mama pass off, it should be the eldest auntie or somebody, right? To take on that, because families just fall apart, man.
Yeah, because right after she left, and that's crazy, you know, but they kept everybody in that same state.
Yeah.
Nobody moved nowhere.
Okay.
You know, everybody was able to reach everybody.
Yes, the
But then when
vicinity.
she passed, you know, everybody, they went off and did what they did. So, you know, it's not like we see each other all the time, but we can call each other. And that's all you can ask for, you know, at the end of the day.
Have you ever thought about stand-up comedy? People, I posted you all, let me tell you, let me give you the context. I posted you all on YouTube, my personal Instagram, my Rumor Has It Instagram, and then my personal Facebook and my Rumor Has It Facebook. So I got y'all on every goddamn way, okay, on all my platforms, even my threads. And so people were coming, and these are my people in my set, and they know y'all, they probably following y'all too, probably followed y'all before they followed me, okay? But they were, I say more than once, people say, Unc should do stand-up comedy, and somebody took it a little bit step further and said this. If you were to master, and this is what they said, if you were to master the art of storytelling, you would probably be one of the greatest comedians. He said he is hoping for that for you. And so his name is Greg. So with that being said, have you ever thought about stand-up? Or I'm sure people
stand up.
now.
I mean, I'm hosting shows.
Okay.
You know, that's stand up.
That really is.
It is
That
stand
really
up.
is, because when you
I
host
come
them,
out,
yeah.
I'm giving you
Content.
I'm giving you content.
Uh-huh.
I'll go back off, take a break, I'll come back on, I'm giving you more content.
That's it.
And sometimes my content may be even funnier than
Yeah.
the comedians, So you're getting a show, not that I'm saying.
Yeah. No.
So I am doing stand-up.
Absolutely. So since we're there, I am wearing this wonderful shirt. I modeled it earlier, y'all. I'm a model. Thank you. I was gifted.
Yeah.
I was gifted.
Very gifted.
I was gifted this. Thank you. I appreciate you. I was gifted, and I was about to say I'm very gifted. I was gifted this shirt by him, by them on yesterday. And I said, let me wear this shirt today and represent.
Absolutely.
So, what is the show that you guys are going to be having these shirts for sale? What is the show that's going on, and where can people get these shirts from? They dope. They good quality too. Oh my God.
April 19th, we'll be at the Schubert Theater in Connecticut. These shirts won't be on. They'll be on sale that day. After that, I ain't making no more. Those are collector's items.
They nice.
You know, well, I may have other shirts, but it won't be that.
So would it be like every time you do a different type of show, you'll have a different type of product?
Maybe, and then again, maybe not.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? This came out, over a year ago, but we just was able to get them out. So, because the place that we were supposed to give them out, and I'm glad. Shout out to Captain Courage too, man.
Okay.
You know, big shout out to him getting this place back running. Looking forward to being able to be out there and do a show for you there. So that's what that was going to be, and there wasn't going to be no more because those were Valentine's Day shirts. So
y'all did a Valentine's Day show?
That's where the place called Fire. So April 19th, Schubert Theater. Those shirts you'll be able to purchase them, whatever. I'll sign them, whatever. But you won't be able to get them again. I'm not those in particular.
Okay.
You know, so.
Really nice quality, and so I was able to put it together. You know, I'm not a big.
You did, say that. Yeah.
To his point, when he first seen me, he was like, "You did that nice. That's nice." So.
Yeah.
I just was wondering, going in the back of that. Let me leave him alone. I ain't gonna even open that door for him. Lord have mercy.
Man in the front ready to tell some shit. That's all I'm saying. I'll tell you what's going on. I want to tell you.
Don't tell him. Don't tell him. Crazy
That student, the smart student in the front.
They want to tell something?
Yeah. Please let me.
This is not a rated X show. I would imagine that's going to go to a rated X place. Crazy, I want to tell something.
I'm here.
So what can we expect from you guys next? What can we expect? Because you're doing stand-up. People asked about stand-up, but I didn't even realize. I don't think many
I'm doing it technically.
Yeah, I mean, if you're hosting and joking and all that, that is stand-up.
Open the show, so I'm doing it.
So we got the show coming up on the 20th.
19th.
On the 19th, I keep saying that. And then
You ready for 420? The actual.
Absolutely, he can't wait.
Right.
He can call that number out for a minute now. I wasn't going to say it, but I'm glad you said it. There must be something really going on, you know.
But pretty much, I'm about to get so before, probably about a year ago, we had a podcast ourselves.
Oh, yes.
So in 2 weeks, I'm going to have it going again, get our podcast back going.
You know, more shows, more talent, more interviews. You know, I just want more. You know what I mean?
We definitely going to start doing more because a lot of people be reaching out and I'll be shutting it down. I'm not going to lie to you, but I just feel like it's time for us to start spreading our wings.
I mean, I think y'all should. The support system is already there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So definitely you want to, catch your wave and keep it. You know what I mean? Like catch it and keep it. And then what comes with that is exposure. You know what I mean? Because I see you guys recently. I seen you all on I believe it was a radio show. And I was like, oh, okay, but we don't really see that type of content from you guys. Right. And so that's why I asked, like, in what direction are you trying to go? Because, the Bible tells us to write the vision and to make it plain.
Absolutely.
Right? And so it's real important for you to start to write those things down. Even if you haven't been offered that opportunity, even if things haven't seemed like it, it may not be, you may think that certain things can't come from things. If you want to be in movies, start writing that shit down. If you want to be, if you want to do certain things, like you have to, your vision is like your business statement for your life. What you want to see come to fruition. We know manifestation is real, but you got to write and speak those things over your lives. So that's something that I really would, bestow upon you guys to start to do.
Yeah, but
go ahead.
For us, there's really no limit to what we can do.
That's
I want
right.
to be in movies. I want to do a comedy show.
Comedy special.
In a movie, on the big screen, or even Tubi or whatever.
It's the big screen.
Whatever, shoot, But I want to be on that. I want my face on the screen. I just want, not that I want, I'm going to.
That's it.
It's going to happen.
That's it.
It can't not happen.
That's right.
So it's not just, I want to do stand up or want to do this. There's so many things that him and I want to do. And why not us?
Why not y'all?
Why not us?
You know what I mean? And like you said, persistent, being persistent and being consistent.
Yeah.
I launched my first show July 30th for 2024 for Rumor Has It. It has been 34 weeks since I launched Rumor Has It.
Right.
This is my 33rd episode right
There
now.
you go. Go ahead now. And it only gets better. Trust me.
Right.
It only gets better.
I have not missed, I missed 1 week, and it was my son's birthday, and we were in the middle of the ocean. And I had not filmed any content before, and it wasn't allowing me to post. So I was like, you know what, it's a family vacation. You've been humping and working your ass off.
You been humping?
And working my ass off. Both, yes. Humping and working my ass off. Word.
Sure.
I'm telling you, you know what? I know that men have ADHD. I know this to be true. Just men in general. But I noticed that you only spark up when it comes to me, as you should. Somebody said earlier too on the internet, man, you gotta leave some women for some of us. You're gonna take all the women based off our skin. But anyway.
I just want you. How about that? Let's start there.
Well,
and then when I leave, I can start somewhere else too. I'm just saying. You can't hold me to it. That's all I'm saying.
I can't hold you to
it. But while I'm
nothing.
in here, in this city,
we just gonna be friends. I swear you are one of the.
You love me? You love me?
You okay? I actually do love you, crazy.
Yeah,
I actually do. But
I'm just saying, you gotta have fun, man.
It's a lot of fun, but when you get stuck when I turn that way. So I'm trying to keep you on track, but I can't. So I'm gonna just accept what you got going on, okay?
It is what it is. You know what I mean? Seriously, one thing you can't do is take things serious. Take it personal.
Yeah.
What are you taking it personal for? I'm only playing.
Well, we already know that. We already know.
That's not just you per se. That's just anybody.
I've watched you with everybody you've come in contact with.
Just take it weird. Some people, I'm telling you.
But then we talked about this last night.
Absolutely.
We talked about that everybody can't take jokes. You know what I mean? Everybody can't take jokes. You got people that will break out in fights.
I don't know what for. You know me.
Well, but people, but you know what people.
That's where that goes.
That's where it goes.
Come around me. What you coming around?
You know what? I agree with you with that. I agree. You shouldn't try to change people. You really should accept them exactly for who they are.
So why are you coming around me to punch me in my mouth? Is just beyond me.
Well, that's because people build up these scenarios in their head and be ready for you. They be on some, I wish motherfucker try me today type stuff. You know what I mean?
It's weird.
It is weird because you really can just stay away from me or accept me for who I am.
There you go.
That's great. I mean, that really is a great segment because folks do want to put you in the box even after they know you. We talked about that in a different perspective the other day. Remember we talked about, like, you know, people meet you and love you for being funny, right? Love you for being funny, love me for being, you know, who I am, driven and all of this stuff. And then when they get to know you or get in relationships with you and stuff like that, they'll try to change you in a heartbeat.
That's crazy.
They want to change you, but
crazy, though.
like, I'm with you. I wouldn't want to lose myself in
What are you losing your laughter for?
You better say that part.
I'm just saying, because that's what happens. Once you start getting in the relationship, man, it's a whole bunch of laughter, a whole bunch of kiki-king, man, listen. But soon, you know, it gets to a physical point, and, you know, I didn't satisfy you, now you change it. Fuck you changing for? I still want you. I'm still laughing my way through it.
I didn't satisfy you, and now you want to.
I didn't satisfy you. Okay, we're trying to get later, but why are we losing the laughter? You know what I'm saying?
I agree with you.
Because that's what it becomes to. I say it that way, but that's what it all becomes to. As soon as you give your body up to another individual, shit changes.
Yeah.
Why? That's not what got us there.
It's not what got you there, but a lot of it is closed-mindedness. A lot of times people go into things thinking they can change people too.
I don't know.
You know
why.
what I mean? But you gotta come in with a pure and genuine space and just understand. We know, unless you meet a person straight up as a stranger, right, and you're getting to know them, that's one thing. And then you may be like, okay, now I ain't gonna be able to deal with this. But a lot of times it be the people that we know and the people we done grew up with and the people that knows who we are, and they come through the door and the very thing that attracted them to you,
They hating on
now they hate it.
Yeah, because they don't represent their boss. They be representing the workers. You know, you see them one way when you first meet them. You know, that's their workers. That's their co-workers and shit. They send them out, another part of themselves. But soon as now that action and sent, now all of a sudden you think you got a promotion, you become a boss. No, motherfucker, we still have co-workers stay. The hell wrong with you? What you changing for?
Listen,
Don't change. Stay who you are. Stop what y'all say. Stop sending a representative.
that's it.
Stop.
That's
You know, come in as you are. Leave it there.
That's it.
Lord have mercy. It's so much fun that way. I'm telling you.
I agree. I mean, it really is because you being open. You know, the minute you start to close something off, it
I'm
is.
too old to be trying to find a co-worker. Send that motherfucker who's signing my check every week.
Send the boss.
Send the boss every week. For real. I'm too old to be fucking with a co-worker. You know, seriously. It just doesn't add up, nor do it make sense. I love to have fun. And I love to talk junk. And I might talk to 20 women in the whole planet.
Right.
Every day.
Right.
But at the end of the day, sit down. I ain't humping nothing. Okay. You know, when I come home and we still together, stop worrying about what my nephew put me on Facebook for. Don't worry about that. I didn't really touch her. So I'm just saying. I just pump fake that. Damn. No, stop doing that. You know, now you want to act funny. You know what I'm saying? All of a sudden you want to act funny because my nephew's just being him. I told you when I met you, I ain't going to never have a life because he just exposed me all the time. I said, so when you meet me, I might be doing stuff. I ain't doing stuff.
Right.
But I'm doing stuff. And I hope to be doing it with you when I get home. Right. But you in such an attitude because my nephew forgot about, you know, cutting some shit out. You know, this is not my fault. I'm not in control of my life.
I'm not in control of my life. Oh
so,
my God.
You just have to, but you met me this way.
You met me this way.
Ain't nothing changed. You come in knowing that I say dumb shit to everybody. Men, women, and sometimes little kids, if they acting stupid.
Right, right.
So don't come in and forgetting that this dude is just weird. You know, stay weird with me. Yeah, stay weird with me. You know, and that works. And that's crazy. That's why we have a lot of relationships fail.
Yeah, yeah. I agree.
They don't lost their damn laughter.
Yes.
How you gonna be together 30 years and all of a sudden you don't love each other no more? Better sit your old ass down. She got retirement coochie and he about to fall out. You know? Who want them? That's all I'm saying. Don't nobody want but each other. Where's you going? You know, hers on retirement. You know, don't nobody want that good old retirement stuff no more but you. You know, your hair thinning, you done got a big belly. You don't look the same. You know, you don't have no more curls. The only thing curling is the hairs in your ears. The motherfucker curling from the wax that be jumping up in it. That's all I'm saying. So why act like that? You know, learn to love each other anyway. Nobody wants to smell that in the morning but you. You spent 30 years waking up to the same breath, and then you think she gonna go ahead and somebody else gonna smell you in her mouth? No! You got 30 years of you. Who the fuck wanna do that? Are you fucking kidding me? People need to get over it. That's all I'm saying. You can't start over. You got 30 years of another man in your throat, and you think somebody else gonna come up and wanna be with you. You're not the same anymore. Stop that shit. Stop that shit. This is all I'm saying though.
That's it.
This is reality.
It's reality. It's reality.
Oh,
But
I'm just bringing it a different way. But if you let that shit marinate in your spirit, you'll be saying, yeah, me telling the truth. No, man, baby, I love you for real. I know nobody want me but you.
Right.
You know, you done filled her gut up with you. I know. Ain't nobody, come on.
Yeah.
You know, I losing your laughter and trying to think there's hope on the other side. Hell no.
Right. Figure it out and make it work and keep that laughter within those relationships.
Stop sending your representatives. Send you.
Send you.
If you're going to get hurt, you're going to get hurt anyway.
I agree. I agree with
You know.
80% of what you said.
Just 80?
Just 80. Just 80. About 80% of what you're saying, but it's cool.
Well,
now, I want
you. Than even imagine. All I want is 80. That's it. You had that 20. You came in with 20.
Well, you know they got that 82 rule.
Well, no. You just came in with 20. You said you'll take 20. I'm in agreement.
Okay.
Let's touch and agree.
I'm not touching you. I'm on 20%. I'm with you, 80 or above at least.
Shit.
Neph, we're going to get ready to close this thing out.
That's crazy.
What is something that you would tell any of your supporters that's looking that may be aspiring to do something in this realm? They feel like they have the gift, they feel like they're fueled up in different ways, but just don't know where to start. Like what would be some words of advice that you would give to an inspiring content creator?
Go with your gut. If you feel like this is what you want to do, this is your lane, then do it. At first, you might only get two laughs, or if you're not even doing comedy, you might get 2 likes. You know what I'm saying? But if you feel like this is where it's at, and that's what you want to do, then you do that. And when you decide to do that, just make sure you stay consistent.
Amen.
And if you stay consistent, trust me, there's no way you can ever lose with anything.
Amen.
That's it. As long as you keep being positive, you keep good energy, there's no way you can lose.
Oh, that's right.
Wow. And what is it that you would, just pretty much the same question, but tell someone who is, you know, of middle age, like we are, to still go after it, don't let age or, you know, any of those things. What is something you would do to inspire those people who may be, you know, in your age bracket?
Wow. Is that your way of calling me old?
No, I'm not calling you old because you're not old.
Absolutely not.
You're not old. You're not old. And you know, we living longer and longer.
I'm telling you,
And
I'm
ain't
still humble.
Do you want to answer the question? Okay, go ahead.
No, just like that, you know. Don't let nobody take who you are, man. But you can't act something you're not.
Yeah.
Act your age, act where you are. You don't have to be. I'm 65. I don't have to be 35.
That's it.
I could be 65 and make this shit look great.
Yes.
You know, and still be 65. I just make it look good. But I'm not going to let nobody stop my joy, stop my fun, because I'm 65.
Yes.
And I can remember being in a conversation with a person, and they told me, act your age. I said, what's my age?
Right.
He said, you 65, then I'm acting 65.
Yeah.
And I'm not even acting. This
It's
is
just
who I
who you
am.
are.
How you going to tell me to act something, and I'm already
That.
giving you who I am? This
Yeah.
is not an act. Maybe you need to stop looking at me as it's an act and look at me for this is where I'm at.
Absolutely.
You can have fun. I have fun. I just
You
make
said-
65 look beautiful. That's
You
it.
do, and that's why I said your age is not old, because we are living, first of all, social media has given us exposure, people of all ages, races, all type of stuff that are making it big. You know, you got that, it's a friend group of 3 women that's like 90-some years old, and they sensations on TikTok, right? Had a lot of fun, cuss a whole lot, right?
Yeah.
So you can't tell nobody that's fully grown to act their age, because like you said, you are, you know, you
I'm
are
acting
who
the
you
way I'm
are.
supposed
You're
to
acting
act.
the way you're supposed to
You
act.
know?
So I would challenge, and what I was saying is not necessarily just like act your age or whatever, but people who feel like they are. I did a podcast not long ago talking about some of the names that we know, right? That later stars in their career, but right, people know them all over the globe, and so I would say that don't get discouraged about what we're seeing the younger people do. It seems like social media is, you know, for the younger folks or whatever, but of course we're breaking these barriers and these stigmas and all of that stuff that is put before us, because I'm almost 50. I'm knocking on 50, and I definitely don't feel old. You know what I mean? I don't have the age that I am. I appreciate that. I don't feel like I look it either. You know, and so with that being said, I've been in my career for over 24, almost 25 years, and I'm doing something where I'm shifting. I'm going in a different direction where some people feel like I don't belong.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so I would say for any of those people, that's why I said middle age, us grown folk. You know, nephew grown. We grown, okay? And so I would say for those people who are aspiring to do things, just get your start. Just start and don't stop. You know what I mean? Because just don't care. Don't care about the lack of support. Don't care about the things that people, people go
think
talk
about you because they're gonna think what they think regardless.
That's it.
Don't cost you nothing to smile.
Don't cost you nothing to
Don't
smile.
cost you nothing to have fun. And it don't cost you nothing to enjoy life.
That's it.
That's free.
That's it.
So that's all I can tell anybody. You know, it is what it is. I am what I am. Let's enjoy this ride.
That's it.
all I can tell them.
That's it.
That's it.
Well, roommates, we have come to a close, but I want to give my closing remarks to these gentlemen. It feels sometimes unnerving to jump in people's DMs and to make requests to have them to grace you in some capacity or another. I'm guilty of that, and more than just theirs, because I'm just super, super serious about bringing content that is meaningful, but also that is joyful for my roommates. I do a lot of motivational speaking and stuff like that. And so you guys are a sheer delight for them. He thought I was bougie when he first met me. And then I had to quickly remind him that I grew up the first 18 years of my life in the projects. So I didn't want him to get fooled by none of the aesthetics. Okay, and so that's why we have gotten along so well, because I come from a place of it was lack in some magnitude, but we took up that lack with true love, with generosity, with acceptance. You know, that's why I said the heating up. My Chicago people know exactly what I mean when I say this man been heating up on me since he met me, and I'm perfectly okay with that because we grew up where people were having ciphers where they were heating up on each other, okay? So I'm thankful that you guys took the journey. I'm thankful that you all have graced my platform with your presence, and it's been really, really cool to hang out with you guys and to get to know you on a more meaningful level, other than, you know, the persona that we see. Thank you so much. The persona that we see when we are watching y'all on the screen, on the small tissue, because I can see you guys going in a direction that is going to still even blow your mind. I know you guys talked about kind of like that overnight going from, you know, hundreds of views or 1,000 followers to almost 2 million followers. That's huge in a 3-year time frame. You know, people get there, and sometimes it happens quicker for others than it do for some. But you guys I feel, have been blessed, and I've been on y'all journey with y'all for at least 2 of those 3 years.
Appreciate
so I'm thankful. I'm appreciative.
Y'all make sure y'all tap into the girl Room Hazard. She's an amazing person. I'm telling you, she was such a treat to be around.
Any other content, other content creators in our position or whatever it is, make sure y'all tap in with
y'all. Tap in with her. Don't be afraid.
Nothing but good vibes, straight hospitality from the time we got off the plane.
That's it.
So
there you go. It's
good.
With
my girl.
So you see her in your inbox. Tap in. Tap in. Seriously.
Thank y'all so much.
And this ain't gonna be our last interview neither, man. We're gonna give her that. We're gonna give her another interview, man. I don't know when, but we're gonna definitely give her another interview.
Well,
maybe she'll get to come to our show.
Maybe I'll get to come to y'all show.
And you could do all the filming of the show on your podcast. How about that?
How about that, y'all? All right, now the invite to Connecticut.
Absolutely. That's how real you live with it.
Wow, that is amazing. I am humbled. We take these gifts tests at church to figure out what's our gift to the kingdom, and I always score high in teaching and in hospitality. I always score high in hospitality. So I have been blessed with sharing the space with this group, with this duo that is so wonderful to us, lending their time, their talents, and their treasures to our platforms. Thank you, Neph. Thank you, Unc. I appreciate you guys so
April
much.
19th. New Haven, Connecticut. Schubert Theater. Be there.
Yes.
For E Square.
E Square.
Uncle Neph and the rumors, man.
And the rumors.
Rumor has it.
Look at this shirt, y'all.
Shimmy now. Bam. There it is. Boom.
I can't stand them, but I love them at the same time. See y'all. Love y'all. Bye.
Bam. Shotgun for the whistle.
Oh my God, you horrible.
Yeah, that's crazy.